Lori Strode, and I am a Tennessee Tech graduate. I graduated in 1994 with a Bachelor of Science degree in elementary education, and then I went back to Tennessee Tech for my graduate studies. I graduated with a master's degree in counselor education, and I went back and got my EDS in 2000 to complete my studies in counselor education. So I am currently the counselor for juniors and seniors at Cookeville High School, juniors and seniors last name M through Z. And I've been here since the 2015-16 school year. In my training to be a counselor, I came across some amazing women, some amazing individuals. Dr. Gloria Griffith was just a force to be reckoned with. She was professional and beautiful and smart, and her classes were engaging, and she made those connections. Before I had her in class, Dr. Griffith, we had some interactions just on campus as an undergrad, and she always spoke, reached out, was friendly, and we connected. And she's actually instrumental in my first teaching job, in that she was in Knoxville at an event and mentioned my name as being a recent education graduate and that I hadn't been picked up yet. There was someone in the room that needed a teacher because someone was going to take early retirement. And through some phone calls, that's how I landed my first job in Knoxville. And that was before I ever had her as a teacher. So I was thrilled that she was going to be a part of, my graduate studies. Dr. Diane Sadler was very instrumental, and she was real. At the time that I was going through the graduate school program, I had a toddler. My oldest daughter was probably about 3 at the time, and I was always torn and stressed between working full-time, going to school, and having a toddler. My toddler was with my mom, and Dr. Sadler was always so encouraging. She's like, she's not going to remember this. It's a good time to be doing it. She's hanging out with her grandma. You do what you need to do. You're going to get through this, and it'll be a memory before you know it. She was, again, intelligent, professional, commanded the room. She was in a supervisory position in Overton County, and she was just someone that you would strive to be. And Dr. Judy Rohr was one of my professors, again, who was just kind and real and a good listener. And we would have to make recordings, and while she listened to the recordings of our counseling sessions, she would knit and make little comments. And it's just, those influences on my life, on my career. I wouldn't be the professional I am today had I not crossed paths with them. I wouldn't be the mom, I wouldn't be the person without, each individual influence. Women who've made a difference in my life, people who know me, they've heard this phrasing from me before. I have a holy trinity. It's my mom and 2 of my aunts that, for good, bad, and ugly, have shaped who I am today. I credit any sweetness that I have in my spirit, in my soul, to my Aunt Hetty Jackson. She was the kindest, most genuine person. She never met a stranger. She did not have a bad word for anyone ever. Like, she's who you would strive to be. That is not me, but however, any kindness, any sweetness that I have or that people see in me, I attribute that to her. I had another aunt who was very instrumental. Her name was Shirley Jackson, and her work ethic, her consistency, her calmness in the middle of chaos. Anytime something needs to be done and I feel tired or stressed or worried that I can't get it done, like, I hear her in her matter-of-fact voice, take the next step. And that was just her way. You don't complain, you don't whine, you take the next step. What you're doing is wasting time. And so she made me very efficient and know that any task is take the next step. And then there's my mom, who's, just the greatest influence. Her work ethic, her drive, her perseverance, her professionalism, her intelligence, again, she was a psychiatric nurse for Plateau Mental Health Center. One of the first and the only Black person to graduate from her nursing school training in Murfreesboro. She was born in 1934, went through the, segregation, Jim Crow, all of the things, but, had a spine of steel, and nothing was going to stop her from doing what she wanted to do, whether it was home ownership, whether it was being, the first Black nurse at Plateau Mental Health, and the only Black professional there for several years to come. Just the drive and the spirit, and you don't give up and you don't let anything stop you. So my holy trinity of women are all balled up inside of me to make the person that you see, and I would not be who I am without either of those influences. Do something. My advice is always do something. Take a step, whatever that small step might be that's leading you in the direction of being, of assisting someone, of making something better, of making your own path better. Move, take that step, get up and do it. Do something. Don't just sit and stress over it, the what ifs. Be moving toward that direction. And I feel like it's important to bloom where you're planted and make that place more beautiful. So wherever you are, let your gifts shine, bloom, make a difference in whatever, circle that your influence can shine. Make that difference and take those steps.